Okay.
Well, yeah, you
2,
don't live here. You
1,
don't.
go.
Hand me the
Welcome.
hand me the
Well,
booze, please.
Jesus Christ, this is how we're gonna start it.
all right, right at the beginning, we want our guest wants the booze
So
first
I'm
thing.
Sugar.
I'm Duck or the Ducky or
This is Sugar and the Duck.
the
And
Duck or Duck.
today we have a very special guest with us.
Welcome, our good friend from back in the day, but still our friend today, because that's how we do it. Ride or die. Friends and family go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
Our good friend Mikey, aka Michael, aka Mr. Big Dick, aka Elijah. Are you okay? Because you're choking over there. Okay.
I'll
That
make
was
you
terrible
choke.
timing.
But people call me Mike, but it's spelled Mice. Challenge it. Every fast food order I say, like, that'll be a McDouble or whatever, and throw some nugs on that bitch.
Normally the
And
first
then,
question is like, how you doing? Welcome to
yeah,
our
right.
show.
Whatever.
But he
No,
just
no,
went
Mike-
into like, it's mice. It's mice.
It's mice. No. So you ask the minimum wage worker, like, they ask you, they're like, hey, what's your name? So I can like read it out loud on the loudspeaker, because that's how restaurants are nowadays. And I'm like, it's Mike, but it's spelled with a C. So they type it in all fucking fancy and whatever. And they're like, mice? I'm like, no, it's Mike. They're like, that's mice. I'm like, no, homie, I know better than you. It's Mike.
And it's great.
I go
It's
with
great,
Denise.
Mike
Yeah.
with the C.
Mike with a C.
Yeah.
I love it. I also hated it when you did that.
It's really
It's
mean.
fun.
I'm sorry.
So, before we get started, Mike is our old friend from back home when we all lived in Washington. This guy still does. He's repping Seattle stuff right now, even still.
Go
And
Mike.
he's visiting me because he happens to be in town. He hit me up. I said, hey, I would be one of our guest stars in this podcast that nobody knows exists.
I'm very honored.
He's our very,
And,
very first guest.
The story he's
Absolutely.
talking about is we all actually used to give our aliases
Yep.
for mostly fast food places that would take our order when we would get food back in like high school
Mhm.
days. They would say, can I get a name for that? He liked to go Mike with the C. We always fought over Voltron.
Which is mice for you English majors out there.
I think most people do. Me and Elijah and I think third buddy Adam would fight over Voltron a lot because of the joke of Hot Rod.
Yes.
If you haven't seen the movie, you need to see it.
Well,
I'd like to
spoiler.
brag that I got Voltron a lot. And I feel like we've talked about this before. Maybe we haven't. But you also went by Tom Brady for a while, too.
Dude, I did go by Tom Brady, but that was before he got his 4th, 5th, and 6th ring.
So it was just 3-ring Tom.
Yeah, I'm
So he
one of those
wasn't GOAT
originals.
yet.
I wasn't as good as the 6-ring Tom, but I think I'm halfway decent
And
to the
that's why
3-ring Tom.
Okay, that's why you went by Tom
Absolutely.
Brady for
Yeah.
I think I was just always Voltron.
Yeah, it shocked fast food restaurant, the front desk people. They're like, I've never seen sports before.
The worst thing for me, when we did the aliases with Joe, our buddy Joe.
Oh my god.
No, he would use my name, and he would always order after me.
Yep.
And then we would all give our fake names. Somebody used like Optimus Prime.
Yep.
Tom Brady,
Mhm.
Voltron, and then he'd come up and they'd be like, "What's your name?" And then he'd be like, "Donald." And I turn around, I'm like, "What the fuck, Joe? We're supposed to be making funny names here." And he's like, "Yeah, that's hilarious." Fuck
I
you.
remember one time specifically, me, you, and Adam went to a Wendy's. I went first. I went with Voltron,
Always.
and then you went Django, and then
Oh, I did
Adam
do
went up
Django.
and he said, "My name's Kevin," and so they put Kevin the Lame on his ticket. Like,
Kevin the Lame.
they wrote Kevin the Lame.
No,
on his
you
tape.
knew.
To be fair,
They're
like
making jokes here, and this guy just chooses
Yes.
Kevin. He's lame.
to be fair, like
Kevin
name
Lane.
one extraordinary Kevin.
Kevin Durant.
I just hung out with Kevin Durant. Yeah,
KD.
Disagree.
he's pretty extraordinary, man.
Disagree.
He's pretty damn good.
He
Kevin
is
Patterson.
extremely good at
He
basketball.
might be one of the best shooters in the league right now.
Oh, easily one of the best.
No, he's one of the best in the league right now. He might be one of the best.
You can't say things
You're
quietly.
Right,
Yeah,
it shut me
yeah.
up. It shut me up pretty good.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey's pretty good, but he
Yeah.
did like
But yeah, you're right. He was good. You know what? Never mind. You're right. Never mind. Well, let's
he
take
did he did do
that. Dial that back.
he
We're
did
not
do
gonna-
that
we're not-
non-woke stuff. You know, not good,
Yeah.
non-woke
Okay.
stuff.
Kevin Hart. That's
Kevin Hart, okay. One.
He's huge.
There's a lot of there's a lot of Kevins.
Oh, okay,
Kevin
two.
Hart. All right, those were the three that I can really name.
Out of all time,
Oh,
two's
I'm
not
gonna
bad.
Google this shit.
Two's pretty
wait a
good.
second. Am I missing?
Kevin Gates.
Is it Kevin? Kevin Gates.
Kevin
Kevin
Bacon.
Love.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon is an extraordinary actor.
You know
Yes,
what?
he is.
Honestly,
That dude made millions of dollars.
been fine.
I think so.
I
Absolutely.
still would know his name today. Because honestly,
Kevin James.
I think
Kevin,
Oh, you're just looking
Damn,
it up now.
you
though.
mo-
Yeah.
Google is your best friend. I swear. Like fuck us. Google is your best friend.
You know, speaking of Google, I was talking to my wife, and she said she's
Oh, yeah, what'd she say? What'd she say?
her mom was saying some dumb shit, and so she pulled out Google
What
on her
was she
ass, and she said she freaked
Ooh.
out, got mad, and like locked herself in a room. And I was like, yeah, it's because she grew up in a time before Google was a thing, and you could just bullshit and make shit up.
Mhm.
She's not used to being called out for lying, and someone could just pull the facts up and be like, hey, you're fucking lying. It says here that that's all bullshit. Like,
Dude, I remember a time before like household internet, and we just like make shit up all the time. Absolutely, you just like say random facts that you're just like, I just know this because I read a book once, and it doesn't even
I-
need to be the book that
I still do that.
you still do that.
Of course, dude.
Then people will
I
call
spit
you out
out-
for the Google.
No, they don't. I just say random shit, and then people will be like, "Really?"
It's because you
And
got a
they'll
trustworthy face.
No,
That's why.
It's because I fuck around a lot. Me and him even talked about it before on an
Mhm.
earlier episode. I play dumb a lot.
You
And
do, but
so-
you do it
so
so,
they all say
well.
something-
mhm.
It's something that's stupid,
Yeah.
and I'll say it sarcastically, but with a straight face.
Yeah.
And then people just believe me. They're like, "Really? Oh,
Dude, you
And then-
you say this
and
like I'm
then-
not a victim of it.
I know,
Like-
but that's what I'm saying.
Experience it.
I spit out random
I've
shit.
fallen for it at least a dozen times.
If not hundreds.
Oh
But
my
I do
god,
it.
I know.
I do it to everyone.
Very true.
And,
100%.
I also roll with it even after the really. I go, yeah, and then they're like, oh shit, no way.
Mhm.
And then I let it go for a little bit. Don't tell I have to tell them that was a fucking joke. That's
Dude,
I can't give a good example.
I've definitely had a very hot head about that shit before. And then like I don't know, I'm a very slow learner, but like once I figured out what you were doing, I'm like,
Fuck you.
don't get mad at this. He's just being stupid.
Some people would get mad.
What the fuck are you doing? Get that rock band microphone
Oh.
out here.
Hey, you can't hear the mic?
No,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but not through that thing.
All right, yeah, I'm fucking. It's not the actual mic. It's my other mic, but then we got this mic
Yes.
because it picks up clearer.
I think it's better for like a tag team, like you and me versus one mic, one guy.
No, this other mic that I have is a little bit better because it'll pick up both of
Yeah.
us. This one is good at sounding out most other stuff
Yes.
other than just the speakers, so it's kind of not as good for two.
Yeah, I think that one's the most professional but you have me, a not professional YouTuber
This
like
was more
yourselves,
casual. We're
and
doing a
and you got to be a little dumbed down for me.
we're changing our podcast to casual talks because we're talking
Exactly.
cash.
Super cash.
Right. Absolutely.
Cash.
Super cash.
Cash talks with the Kashmir Bros.
The Kashmir
We're just gonna go
Bros.
Kashmir.
Bro, 100%
Cashmere
cotton,
walls.
man.
Kashmir for
Cashmere
days,
walls.
earrings, you know,
My man.
those piercings. I don't even know if you can get that shit, but
What, cashmere gauges in your
like,
nose?
yeah, piercings, just cashmere piercings in general. Can you do
Size
that?
of plates.
I'm gonna find out,
Mhm.
and if you can, we might have to take a left turn here and go Kashmir Bros.
Kashmir Bros.
Send it.
Just cashmere everywhere.
Just go
Hashtag it. Kashmir
Bros.
Bros. Soft Bros. Bros.
Friendship forever.
Absolutely. Well, you and me recently, like literally 5 to 10 minutes ago, shared a cup of sake.
Which in the Japanese traditions makes us officially brothers.
After
So-
what?
And Elijah and I have already done that. So
Yep.
Sugar and I have already done that.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're all brothers, and you honorarily shared with him because you shared with me, and he was a witness.
This is
So
before I
earlier.
was sober, just to be fair. Just throwing
I
that out.
think-
Oh, that is right. We have talked about you being sober. So this was
Yes.
like, yeah, me and you did it years ago, actually.
But yeah, this is before.
the point where I
This-
kind of forgot, and I was like, I even told you the
Yeah.
other day. I was like, oh man, I wish you weren't sober so then we could share sake. And then you're like, dude, we've done that before. I'm like,
Yeah,
I had to fucking retrace my
we've
damn
had that.
thoughts.
He's like, man, I wish you weren't sober so we could get drunk together. And I was like, we have been
Mhm.
drunk together a lot. He's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we
No,
have.
it was kind of funny because I just think about it just because like, so for me and you, for
Yeah.
the two, for us, like it's been years since I've seen you physically. Like
It's literally been years.
hung out with
It's
you.
hmm
So
and the thing is, we still click. Like
yeah.
you were
Well,
my.
for me, it makes me
Yeah.
think like I haven't. It makes me think like, oh man, I haven't gotten like rowdy drunk with this guy, like
No.
ever.
Well,
But
we're
it's because
old
it's been
now.
it's been so long since have done that with
Right.
him that I just kind of forget and
And
just don't. You know, I'm not saying that I don't remember, but it
I
makes me
understand
think
that.
like of all the other people that I drink with. I'm like, oh, I haven't drank with him in such a long time. It makes me think I've almost never. Done that
Right.
time.
well,
Until we started talking about it again. Then we're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, no.
so
Me and Sugar have
yes,
definitely shared the bottle.
Sugar, I got a very personal question for you.
What's up, man?
Ooh, on air?
Sorry, work text.
On air.
Don't worry, I
and-
can
and-
bleep this out if I need to.
Oh, I know you can. You're clever. Easily the most clever person I know. But, okay. 1A, 1B. All right, shut the fuck
I'm
up.
kidding.
But, like, you have the wittiest responses. You have the best, like, comebacks of all time. Like, I insult you, you insult me back, and I'm like, damn. But, will you ever drink again?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
More than likely
Yeah.
not.
Okay.
Dude, doesn't really need to.
I mean, that's fair. It's very. I mean, I don't know. We go 18, 21 years without it.
Mhm.
Why not a whole lifetime?
So-
like, it's really not that necessary.
When I got out of rehab, that was
Yeah.
like a really strange time because I didn't know how to go back to parties. I didn't know how to be around people that were drunk or drink, and it was really hard for like first 3 months, and then after
Mhm.
that, I started being more comfortable around it, and then I got to the point where I was like, I forgot that I'm kind of a weird dude, and I'm really comfortable as who I am, and I'm
And you should be.
mostly
Like-
I'm a pretty fun guy to be around, and I don't need to be drunk to be that fun, you know.
He's not that fun.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay,
I'm
so
talking about my journey to sobriety
yeah.
here, you dick.
Here's to your journey to sobriety.
Is that Honey
drink to
Jack?
that in a minute. I'll drink to that in a minute.
Is that Honey Jack?
No honey, because it goes down the throat.
It goes down so smooth.
Easily.
That was my
So smooth.
Do you guys remember my exact excuse of high school parties when I was just the sober guy? really good at beer pong because obviously I was sober. But like I was just a sober
Do
guy. It
we
was,
remember?
okay, no, you probably don't. But
I
No,
remember.
the answer is yes. We fucking.
I fucking remember all that
Ooh.
shit.
Don't forget. You know why? Because it was the biggest thing when you. We're not the. We were
yeah,
happy for that.
Yeah.
And
and you guys didn't judge me for that, which was
No.
like it really meant a lot to me. And it was very big for
yeah.
me.
No, one thing I was gonna say too is like. With like Elijah getting comfortable, it's gonna be awesome hanging out with him again, because now I'm drinking for two people. I've already told him, I'm like, bro, I'll drink for you. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll drink to
And,
that
you
statement any day.
Yeah, like I don't get belligerent.
No,
that much
all right, obviously none of us do.
after certain circumstances. Story for another day.
Mhm.
Uh,
Coming up
but-
next on Sugar in the Duck.
I don't know. I try to find the brighter side
Right.
of things, so then I think, okay, he's sober now. It's also kind of an easy thing to accept too. And it's just like, okay, don't be upset he can't drink with me anymore. I was like, brighter side,
Right.
be happy. I can drink for him, and so I can get more
And the thing is,
sloshed.
it's such an unnecessary thing, but like it's something to do. You know, like you don't do it every day. You don't kill your liver doing it.
Yeah.
You're just okay. Sorry, we're still in our early 20s, but like everything in moderation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I talked to my wife about this about our wedding. She was like, you know, you don't really drink. We don't drink that much. Probably shouldn't spend that much money on alcohol. Probably not have any alcohol. And I was like, hold on. Whoa. I've been to dry weddings. I have been to dry weddings, and it's the most depressing shit in the world. We are getting a lot of alcohol, and we're getting everyone drunk.
Might as well go to college at BYU or something.
Yeah. I literally told her, I was like,
party though.
Do they really?
BYU parties pretty fucking hard, bro.
I'm very uneducated in BYU parties.
Not that I've been, but apparently.
Right.
Yeah. Allegedly, they party pretty fucking hard.
Yeah, one of those things where I've read online.
Don't believe everything, but when somebody tells you that BYU parties online, believe that, okay?
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
But yeah, like I was saying, you know, we've worked that dry wedding, right? Me and you worked that dry wedding, and that shit was depressing. Like,
yeah, dude,
half the people didn't even show up, and everyone left after like an hour.
You know, let's just say there's a reason that people call alcohol liquid courage, which also adds to the reason why it can be such a bad thing. Is because you said it was not a necessity.
Mhm.
Sometimes people get in their mindset that it is. I mean, I even had a problem before where I thought I can only be fun to be around if I'm drinking, because it was back before with work, like meeting new people and stuff. It's like I can only be fun if I'm drinking because it loosens you up and it makes me more social.
It does, but your real friends and like the people who actually know you know how exciting and fun you are without it. And like
but
that's exactly the
coming
point.
from perspective. All my closest friends were states away, and I was all kind of by myself trying to meet new people because you guys weren't there. That's awesome when you guys are there to say, yeah, dude, you're super fun, you don't need
Right.
But
Correct.
when it's just you trying to get out of your shell,
it's nice to have that reassurance. However, new situations scare everyone, and both of you took a huge risk doing the things you did.
I thought you were about to spoil something
No.
that me and him agreed on. We're not gonna
I'm sorry.
mention on the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
But just doing the things you
You
did.
can edit that out too.
Yeah, that's gonna be beep. That's what they're gonna hear. But anyway, like I was saying, that's the same thing with like Adam. You know, when he went to college, he started drinking. You know, Adam was our clean boy.
Damn, man, you're gonna spill his secrets on the
Yes.
cast?
And then he came
Do you know
back.
what?
No,
We
I'm
should, because I speculate he's not watching the cast. And he's one
no.
of our best friends. He should be supporting us.
He's the only one that didn't respond to the group groomsman chat.
And I don't think he's watching the cast.
He's not.
Which, I'm not saying I expect my closest friends to. I would just hope that, and it gives me warm and fuzzies inside.
Yes.
Only person who didn't
I
respond to
think
the
that, like,
groomsman
at
cast.
least my friends are watching.
Yes.
I don't think he is. So let's just bash Adam
Anyway.
tonight.
Adam, like I was saying, Adam started drinking when he got to college, and we're all super excited. We're like, oh, when Adam comes back, we're gonna get drunk with Adam. This is gonna be fucking tight. And then he came back, and he's like, I'm not drinking this summer. We're like, what? And he's like, you know, you guys are so much fun to be around. I don't need to drink. Back there, it's really boring, so I need to drink to have fun. And I was like, that warms my heart, but at the same time, fuck.
Yeah. Right.
At the same time, I'd love to get fucked up with you.
Absolutely.
That's the other thing. It's kind of like a weird. I don't know. It's just. I definitely agree with, like, you don't need to have alcohol. Drink
No.
alcohol, have fun.
You
But-
really don't.
I also do kind of agree that alcohol can make things fun. Depending.
Yeah.
It's all situational.
Correct.
It's all situational.
Well, just like anything, like everything is, like, you know, you can scale things out, but everything is just dropped down to the individual level.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
I don't know. You see this kid on live YouTube. Unacceptable.
Well, it's not live.
Anyway, so
We
Elijah.
just talk mad
just-
shit about
oh,
him, and then he's
dog.
not going to hear it until later, until he reads this and edits it.
He's the worst. I just don't. Sometimes, man.
Well, you know, so sometimes he puts peanut butter on his.
Dude, guys who
balls and
wear
lets
like
dogs lick it up.
guys who wear like red flannels. are
Fuck
just,
you.
They're awesome, right? They're just really cool. They're really cool guys.
Yeah, you know, I enjoy them.
Anyway,
Oh, did you hear all that conversation? I'm
I
sorry.
didn't hear a word you guys said.
Good. I mean, no, it's fine that you didn't.
But
We didn't say anything bad about you. I didn't
So
say anything bad. Did you say anything bad?
I said people in red flannels are super
They're cool.
neat.
okay,
They're
I'm gonna
pretty-
watch the
they're pretty
replay and
neat.
see what you guys said.
I have.
Don't
I
edit
told you.
that.
I told you.
I'm gonna watch the replay and hear what you guys said.
No,
But-
he's gonna edit that
but,
after what I said.
Absolutely.
If he catches that,
I'm just gonna
But,
dub over what you guys say.
dub it over with what though?
Dub it over with something that I said. Like, I don't know.
Some real hot shit. That's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, wait. I want to take this time to ask Mike to describe to us what's quote some real hot shit is to him. So, Mike, please explain to me what some real hot shit.
I'm very curious.
Yeah.
So like any anime like subtitles that quote unquote say nani, which is
Shut the fuck up.
exclamation point, which just means what in Japanese. Like what?
That's some real hot shit.
I think so. Or just like, you know, edit our faces out with like JoJo characters.
That's some real hot shit too.
I think
Yeah,
so too.
That's pretty hot.
Elijah, you have the power.
I don't have After Effects, but I can do the dubbing.
Mm. Are we gonna switch this to some anime shit then?
We
You
wanna talk
brought
about
it up.
Okay,
Now,
so
talk
my
about
mind's
anime.
all. We don't have to.
I would
Because we
say
haven't seen.
because like we're on the subject of alcohol, I want to bring up some liquid courage because you mentioned it earlier.
You got a drinking story for
I-
us?
Before you
Yeah,
do that,
it's
then,
story
before
time.
you do that,
Yes.
I just want to say a little thing. Since you brought up JoJo's characters, he's number 1 weeb. I'm like number 58 weeb or something like that. You know, up and coming stars.
I would. Yeah,
With
you're pretty up
JoJo's.
there.
So,
Kids photoshopping faces. Time out. Who would we be? I don't care who you and me might be. He's Okuyasu.
for sure. For sure.
Hands
Down.
Hands down, he's Okuyasu.
End of discussion. That's all I wanted to say.
Okuyasu.
If you haven't seen it, see it. You are 100% Okuyasu, and that is a good thing.
That's not a
Just
bad
know
thing.
that.
Okuyasu's the fucking
is-
homie.
That is awesome. It is amazing.
That bothers me that I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
don't know
Dude,
who, that's why I
100%.
love it even more.
100% he is
You are-
Okuyasu.
You're definitely Okuyasu, but it's awesome because he's fantastic. He's a great guy. He was considered a Joe Bro, and he's
I've
one
heard
of the
about the
best,
Joe Bros.
He's one of the best Joe Bros.
Excellent.
All the Joe Bros are incredible. Like,
Yeah,
Excellent.
they're all
but
pretty
he's a special Joe Bro. He's a very
Excellent.
special. I love Okuyasu. He's one of my favorite
Yeah.
characters. He's
Yeah.
from my favorite. He's
he
from my
is really
favorite
cool.
part in JoJo's. I love
Mhm.
Okuyasu.
and mine too so far.
Well, it's cool because you love me in real life too.
Yeah. That's
I'm
so.
listening, but-
That was such
My
a perfect
man.
description too. When you're like he's Okuyasu, I'm like that's not even. I can't even.
100%.
I literally
He just,
can't
like,
disagree.
Photoshop JoJo's characters, and I was like, oh, I know
Oh,
exactly.
Josuke! Like, yeah.
So perfect. Anyways, back to the
yes.
drink.
Sorry. Anime to liquid courage.
Liquid courage.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll drink to that.
amen to that, brother. And vape to that.
Perfect.
So, I've been in a relationship for almost a year now. Okay. So if I was like magical in any sense, it would be 500 years.
Okay.
But I'm not.
Like
unfortunately.
Meliodas.
Exactly. Like I'm not. I'm just not. I'm just a 24-year-old dude. But
Oh my God, you're 28.
You're 30?
4.
Neg
Okay.
neg like
Anyways,
neg 10.
it's been about a year.
So it's been about a year, and I've been in a relationship with this female named.
It's been about a year.
It's been almost a year, man. Like, okay, we haven't talked
it
for like
been-
almost
has
3.
it been-
Okay,
I
I
so
thought it's been more than a year. I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was like 2
more than a
years.
year.
I thought it was more
Yeah,
than a year.
So
it's
I know
coming
you
up
guys
this
started
July.
talking after Liam's wedding, right? That's kind of weird.
She had a very not so good
Can you
boyfriend
not
at
smack
the
the
time,
desk? Whoever did that.
Yeah, no, I
and
play with these. I'll stop.
and at our buddy Liam's wedding, I was very drunk.
Yes, you were.
Very. Stop. I know. Okay, so fine.
Oh,
Story
shit.
time is story time. Everyone was passing the bottle of Jameson, right? Because it's an Irish wedding. Stop. I know you know what happened.
Yeah, tell the story, please. We know
Okay,
where this is
so-
going.
Oh my
We were
God,
all in the
dude.
dressing room. I was a groomsman. Don was also a groomsman.
I was not.
Sugar, you're the shit. So don't put you down.
I was in
Put
the
yourself down like that.
I was in the crowd with Jake Stanley. Okay. Like,
So you're the one I flipped off. Cool.
I was next to him. I was next to him.
So everyone was passing a bottle of Jameson around. We were all getting dressed, bow ties and everything, getting the tux all ready. So we were all passing the bottle of Jameson around. Everyone was out after the first pull, and I kept going. So, like, I would go with one guy, and then I would move to the next guy, and I was like, "You and me, man, you and me, to the next guy." And so I drank half a bottle, and everyone else drank the other half. It was not a good decision before a wedding when you're supposed to perform, right? It's basically an acting. You're performing, right? You're walking
Taking
down the
part in
aisle
the
with
ritual.
one of the bridesmaids, yeah,
Mhm.
and then you split off, go to your places, and wait for the ceremony to happen.
And then
I-
all you had to
I
do,
couldn't
all
see-
you had to do, is stand there and look pretty, and then walk
I
away.
know,
That's it. That's
And-
all
Oh,
you
he
had to
did
do.
look great, though. He
And-
nailed that part.
Yeah, he.
and
Afterwards.
our buddy whose wedding it was told me no sunglasses. I wore sunglasses.
He definitely wore
You
it.
pulled them out in the middle of the ceremony and put them on. He went,
Yes.
Yeah, middle of the ceremony. I remember we all walked up, groomsmen and bridesmaids. He had no sunglasses. When we all left, he definitely had sunglasses on. I don't know when he put them on.
It was the middle of the ceremony. He just went.
And it's nothing that I remember. It's literally nothing I remember. But like I remember specific parts, and the walking down was one of them.
Okay.
and the pregame was also one of them, because obviously the groom's not going to get that messed up before his wedding.
Hmm.
But halfway bottled down a Jameson, Mike didn't know that. Like, so
It was Jameson, and we had other stuff to drink.
yeah.
So,
So we went down there. Like, I was not in a right state of mind, but I stood there. Everything was okay for the most part. Like, we all finished the ceremony, walked down again, because the act you got to do. Again, you know whose wedding it is. It was an honor to be in it. Thank you very much for choosing me, obviously, but it was
I'm just glad I
it was
invited.
not it was not my best moment. It was really not my best moment.
It's not
Yeah,
your worst.
especially when
Not my
I
worst.
don't
You're
know
right.
you.
You're not. You're right. Not my
Maybe.
worst. You're right. Not my worst.
especially when Jake flicked you off in the middle of the
okay,
ceremony.
yeah, that's the same thing. So I was standing there up in the line, and then you have your two people, and then Jake in the crowd, he just flipped me off out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, he was trying to
And
egg you
so-
on. He was trying to provoke you.
Yeah, he was trying to egg me on, and I'm like, you know what?
You accepted.
I'm not gonna let him get
You
away with it.
accepted his challenge,
So,
and you lost.
yeah, absolutely. It looked like I was flipping off the entire
Entire audience,
crowd.
everybody. He was standing
So-
up there, all eyes on him, because he's fucking.
Yep.
I was at that wedding.
It's
I was one
in
of the
their
girls,
wedding
man.
video. It's in their wedding
I
video.
had no idea that happened.
Because you were
That is
ahead of me. You were ahead of me, and you were focused on
Michael,
what
you were at the very end, right? There was 5
Huh?
groomsmen, and you were at the end. Was it 5 groomsmen?
I was at the end, and I was a little insulted, but whatever, it's fine.
Hey,
Because you
You-
always put your least best friend at the end of
You
the.
can't think that way.
mm-hmm.
It was my
You
mindset.
can't think.
It was
that way.
definitely my
The fact
mindset at
that
the
you're
time.
out there.
Looking back at it, it was just an honor to be there. But
I'm gonna
the
put
time,
you last in my groom's
I hope you do. So I'm
table
just as bitter.
Just to
I'm
insult you a little bit more, just to really upset you.
I put
Oh,
you
I-
middle.
Just kidding. I'm
For
not getting
mine.
married.
You put me in the middle.
Yeah.
Why'd you not put me at the end like every one of our other friends?
Because I put the tall guys at the end. Because it's 5 people total.
Because it don't mean as much
Okay.
as you. Okay,
I know.
He's just saying because they're tall, it's because they don't mean as much to him as you.
They probably did it in order of height, and Dion is his best man.
Is Dion good?
You want to tell him? We did it in order of height, and Donald's best man.
Oh no!
Yo, I'm 1 inch above the world average. Okay, the world average is 5'7". I'm still short.
That's pretty good.
The American average is like 5.
Mhm.
So
I'm right there. I'm right there at 5'10".
But
I'm fine.
Cody Ko and Noel Miller, they made a song called "Short Kings," and that's what it's
With
called.
Black Bear.
You are
And Black Bear's
Proud
short as
to
fuck.
be a short king.
We stand
Amen.
with our short kings, bro.
absolutely.
Hell yeah.
We just stand a little taller than
and
them.
tall kings too. There's nothing
You're
wrong with
taller
any
than-
of the kings before.
You're taller than Adam, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I think we're about the same.
Okay. Well, we have you guys.
I think Adam might have me beat because he has poofy hair,
Mm-hmm.
but other than that, it's kind of I know,
Here.
dude. I gave
Oh, it's pretty short.
okay,
Yeah.
so no,
It's
I
not-
I gave myself a haircut because of the quarantine, and it's okay.
I just got a
it's
haircut
not
pretty
good.
recently. My shit was super
Yeah,
long.
I need to get my hair.
Yeah, and it's really not that bad. There are very uneven spots, and you can really tell, but you can't tell it on YouTube because the picture's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not real
I'm,
life.
Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man 3 now.
Excellent.
I can't do it actually. My hair poofs too much. It doesn't
Yeah.
go down enough.
Yeah.
But
But going back
Okay,
to the
back-
liquid courage.
No, wedding.
Yeah. Okay.
There
So
we
the
go,
wedding,
sorry, yeah.
not a great time. Like I was really,
Do we dare talk about the speech, or should we just say?
let's
Oh,
move
no.
on. We
I
don't need to
want-
talk
How
about
was
this.
your
We don't need to
highlight?
talk. We don't need to
I
talk
want
about
you
the
guys to
speech.
tell
No
the speech.
speech.
I want
No
you guys
speech.
to tell a speech.
I don't want to dive too much into it. I just want you to know the speech was your highlight. Mikey's drunkenness at that wedding. We're talking about.
To be fair,
Elijah,
I was one of the ones that was like, Michael, Michael. I was one of the ones cheering.
before I went up.
Yes.
You
To
mother.
be fair, I was one of the ones where it was our buddy Liam.
Yeah.
I was one of the ones where Liam looked at me and he was just he was like, get him. He's like, get him off of the stage.
Yes.
And so I think it was.
And I'm so thankful for that.
It was me and
Adam.
maybe
it was Adam.
where we had to like go kind of behind stage and you were just holding that mic for like 5 solid minutes. And we had to just go like, hey, buddy, come on.
Okay.
Your time is up.
So
we had to grab you.
I want to let you guys know this real quick. At my wedding, the photographer is going to leave after the speeches, so you guys can pre a little and you have maybe have a nice buzz going. After the speeches, free game. Free game.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Sweet.
Before the
So
speeches,
after speeches, we're gonna make post speeches.
post speech
We're gonna put them
speeches.
on live on this channel so everybody can see. We're gonna get a little insight on.
I think
us.
that's pretty creative of you guys.
That would be kind of fun.
I think that would be really fun.
We'll see.
But you guys are you guys really gonna keep him in suspense of what my speech was at his wedding?
Honestly,
I don't
have to
remember it
pull
that well. It was like 2.5 years
I
ago.
remember it perfectly. So,
And
so probably the most drunkest I've ever been in my life.
time out. Do you remember what happened after the speech?
I do, and
Okay.
you and Adam were heroes for me.
We'll talk about
So like the best man speech and the maid of honor speech were already done, and they're like, anyone else want to go up and speak any sort of words? And like I was already tossed by this point. A few
I'll do
people
it.
in the crowd, including
All right,
including
fine.
Sugar over there.
Twist my arm, why don't you?
I was not very resistant.
Nobody twisted your arm.
Like,
Mike.
I
You
went-
just
I went right up there, grabbed the mic, and oh god, I said some like, "Hey, like
It's your boy.
yep,
Skinny
it's me." Like Liam and Heidi are such a great couple. I used to date her, which was weird for her.
Yeah,
dad.
you brought that up. That was so fucking
Yeah.
weird. Oh my god, I
That
forgot
was
about that.
so bad. It was so. I don't regret it, but like it's.
No,
definitely
yeah,
like
I
a
think that's fair to regret. I think that's fair to regret.
Yeah,
I don't regret a lot of
okay.
things in my life, but I think that's fair to regret.
It's not a proud moment. I would
in his
definitely say
defense,
that.
like him saying not regretting is just saying like it happened.
Yeah.
He's embracing it.
It did, but it's not great of me.
Yeah, that was really dumb.
It
You don't
was
say that
it was
at
very
weddings.
stupid. I mean, I don't want to blame it on the alcohol. I'm still me.
On the bright side,
I'm
you
still
can
my
look
person.
back.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Correct.
Because that's hilarious, unfortunately, because that's extremely embarrassing. And that's
Yeah.
like one of the last things you want to say in a wedding speech.
Very
But
true. And I'm still very good friends with the bride and groom. Like my girlfriend's best friend is literally the bride. So I went up there, said my whatever, and then I said, because I had nothing else to say, like, congratulations, everything in that. That was it. However, no one took the microphone from me. Like everyone in the house knew.
I just want you to know, nobody has to take the mic.
Yeah, I
from
know,
you
but
for you to be finished. But for
You were like,
whatever
I'm
reason,
done.
I kept
In your drunken state of mind,
I
you
kept
thought
going.
the mic has to be pulled from my hands before
Yes.
I stop talking.
I kept going, and that was such a terrible mistake, because I said, basically a kung pai, like, let's drink, to a 1-year-old.
I do remember that.
Their child, who was
Their son.
who was
Their
1 year old, and I said, let's drink for him, and then
That's not a bad.
I had a drink, and everyone else had a drink, and I drank, and I saw half of the people drink.
To be
it
fair,
was-
I feel like drinking in the toast of the
It
child
was a toast.
isn't a bad thing. The way you're putting it makes it sound like, Henry, drink with us. You're a man. Like,
Yeah, no.
hey,
Wh-
Henry, this is for you.
Which is probably
You
what it.
grab your
yeah.
scotch too.
Which is probably
You're a
what
man
it
now.
was perceived as.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was more you celebrating their kid
Yeah,
as well.
and the thing is, just no one took the microphone from me, so I rambled, and I just rambled and rambled and rambled, and then Doug and our buddy Adam.
Michael.
Okay, Elijah egged me on. That was
Oh,
not cool.
At
the
the beginning,
beginning.
like Michael.
And
Andy was standing behind me, and she was like, "Please do not stop." I was like, "Michael."
and so after just babbling on for just nonsense, I want to say it was at least 2 minutes, and 2 minutes is a long time to just babble on,
especially when you're giving a speech
for just nonsense. Like after just saying, "Hey, congratulations, whatever, to your child. I love him very much. He's a good kid." Like after that was just like blah 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 blah. Drunk Mike, blah. And so Duck and the Atom had to pull me off stage. They finally took the microphone from me, which thank God, and I immediately threw up outside.
Not immediately. It took a good 10 minutes because I remember
I had to.
I remember one of these.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Come on, buddy. You got this.
Yep.
And then and it took a little bit.
Yes.
But yes, you finally yacked. But on the bright side, yakking tends to sober someone up a little bit.
Agreed.
It sobered you up a
It
little bit.
helped.
After that, you were fine. It was honestly your peak drunkenness was the speech, the infamous speech.
It's so awful.
We're just gonna name it like a fucking sports play now.
I
like
think
the
it was a
catch.
good sport.
Or the
Yes.
shot
Yes.
is now it's gonna be known as
Yep.
the speech.
The call with Babe Ruth of his
The call.
the
Mhm.
bat.
But this was the speech. But to me, I say don't regret it.
I
It
don't.
happened.
But
Yeah, it's embarrassing, but just embrace it because
you have to.
at the end of the
You
day,
absolutely have to.
the love, no love was lost after that.
It was
from
not. And
bride and groom or
Yes.
any of your friends or
Mhm.
family. And when you look back to, you can kind of just laugh at it.
absolutely, and
Looking
which I
back,
do right now. It's on
it's
YouTube for everyone to see.
Hilarious too. It's hilarious. It's
so
super embarrassing for you. But it's hilarious. So
as a
Yeah.
fourth party, I guess, to this whole
Yeah.
situation, because like I was in the audience, I wasn't a groomsman, which
Mhm.
no, nothing bad on Liam. I'm just happy I was invited. I was
No
surprised I was
disrespect.
invited. Me and Liam are I do consider me and Liam friends, but I didn't know how big his wedding was going to be, and
Yeah.
he's invited
His
to mine.
wedding was very big.
Yeah,
it wasn't huge.
There was a lot of people.
that's not
Well,
that big.
we worked bigger
Yeah.
weddings
Yeah.
as well. It was a good amount. It was a decent size. It was a really good size wedding.
There was a lot of people who I flipped off. Let's just say
Yeah, you
that.
flipped off half the audience. The half that. I
Oh
was
yeah.
in. Anyway,
It was focused on Jake, so
I understand that, but not everybody else did. No, I didn't
I
understand.
understand.
I was like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck, Mike?" I was like, but like watching you put the glasses on, take care of that little child while the ceremony was happening.
oh my,
um,
I don't regret that at all.
no,
because
that was fine. That was totally fine. That's totally justified. But like a lot of focus was on you, Mike. And then when we got to the speech, I was in the crowd like, Michael, like trying to get you to give a speech. And Andy,
I would say that would be my biggest regret, is because a lot of attention was on me, and it
And
shouldn't
not-
have been.
yeah.
It should have been
was-
the actual two in their holy matrimony,
Yeah.
and that's probably the one thing that I most regret, is because
all I
I
have
was a
to
bit of a
say is-
distraction.
It happened for a moment, but it
Yeah.
didn't ruin anything. You didn't do anything catastrophic
Well,
to the wedding.
I
Like
mean,
after that, everybody was like, "This is super weird," and
Yeah.
then so we had to fucking hit you with the hook, with the cane,
yeah,
pull you out of there. And after that, it was just kind of like, okay, that was weird.
yes,
Let's move on with the show. So
I would say so.
it happened. That sucks. Oh well.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. Side note.
Can I stop you there one?
Let me pee really quick, and then I want to.
Okay.
I'll tell you guys.
Well then,
You
okay.
want to cut?
While
Want to
you
cut?
while you
Three,
do your
two,
thing,
one, cut.
I'm gonna tell my story.
Okay, we won't cut this.
So-
Reverse cut.
No cut. So my actual story, besides the wedding tangent and everything else, it has something to do with weddings. Hint, hint. I recently asked my my girlfriend's parents if I could marry her.
That's a
Pretty big,
deal.
right?
That's a big deal. That's a fucking huge deal. I mean, I know you've been planning this for a while now, but
Yeah.
like that's a big deal because I definitely didn't do that. I just proposed.
Really?
Yeah, she came down and moved to
Yeah.
She came down and moved
Oh,
to Texas with me. We lived
yeah.
together for a while. Well, not even that long because she moved down in November. She moved down in November and then I proposed in December. Well, January 1st. I proposed on New Year's.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal, man.
Awesome time to propose, by the way.
I hope you pop the question. Yeah, everyone's proposing on that time period. So I felt.
So the thing is, like, I haven't proposed yet, but
I hope you propose soon because this is gonna, this is gonna
Alright.
be posted.
He's off camera, but he's hearing this shit. But like, I haven't proposed yet, but it was literally the most awkward conversation I've ever had. Because,
can I
like,
own your daughter?
Like, he's an adult, and like, I'm not. Even though I'm like I don't feel like an adult, I still feel like a kid.
Yeah, I mean that's like one of those old school weird traditions that like I never really understood.
It is.
Because like that's like one of those things that like I'll give you 3 pigs and a cow if I can have your daughter's hand in marriage.
Right. I just want to have her pay for half of my stuff, but
The girl got to pick a pig, and that was her husband.
that's right. Movie holes. But like, I brought over a case of Modelo, which, by the way,
Does her father like Modelo?
he was hooked on Corona, right? Like the standard Mexican cerveza.
Is her dad Mexican?
And so, huh?
Is her dad Mexican?
No,
Oh.
no, he's just a white guy.
Okay.
But he works hard, so he enjoys his cerveza, right? So he was really hooked on the Coronas, right? And so I'm like, listen, man, these Modelos are like Corona, but better. They're just a better Mexican beer, in my opinion. Like, whatever. Comment down below if you think different. See, I'm good at this YouTube stuff.
Sure, dude. We'll have you on some more.
So I brought a case of Modelo over. It was really awkward because her dad was there, her mom was there, her little sister was there, and her little brother were there. So I'm like, damn, I'm about to like come out to a not my family to become my family.
Mm-hmm.
So it was very strange. Like I went over there, said like, hey, want a beer? and 3/4 of the people said no because half of them were underage. But
Fair.
the mom just said no out of respect or whatever. Me and her dad had a beer, and I just not really a good follow-up, but just like out of the blue it said like, I'm very in love with your daughter and I want to spend the rest of my life with her. Like I know that we stop. I know that we haven't been dating for too long, but it's gonna be a long engagement, and due to my code, I would like your permission beforehand to see if I can. And he said like, wait, like it's not gonna be like right away? I'm like, no. He's like, oh, okay, that's fine then. The most casual response I've ever experienced.
You don't want to marry her right now, do you?
Yeah, it was like,
No.
like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, he's like, I think you guys are too young or whatever. I'm like, that's fair, but like, if I'm the right guy, you think like whatever. Like, you think it should be the thing, right? He's like, yeah, that's fine, but like, not right now.
Okay, well, you know what? That's a yes to me.
But the thing is, like, those beers helped tremendously. And
Shout out to beer.
yep, shout out to Modelo. Please
Beer.
stop. Please
Thank you,
sponsor this
beer,
channel.
for being cool, making things fun.
But yeah, it was a very awkward conversation, but I thought it was extremely necessary of how involved
with,
in family that she is and
yeah.
involved in family that I am.
White tradition.
White tradition, 100%. Like,
Shout out to daddy.
just like a white Sugar said,
You can call me.
it's like, hey, I'll give you 3 pigs if I can make your daughter. Just like, like 400 years ago. Yeah, you know the one.
That's
I thought it
that's
was
really,
pretty big news.
Yeah, that's awesome though, Mike.
Yeah, but at the same time, we can get off of alcohol now. That would help me do that.
Oh really? I was gonna bring up another thing about alcohol.
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead, man.
It's just a really small story. This
Yeah.
is back to the wedding we were talking about.
Yeah.
And it was just me realizing. So when you've been drinking, you know how you typically get that moment when you go, "Oh my God, I'm drunk."
Yes.
You know how like for the when you're drinking, you're like, "I'm good, I'm good, I'm good," and then you just something happens. You hit a moment where you just go, "Oh shit, no, I'm not good.
Yes, correct.
Hold on, something's happened. I might be fucked up." Because I was drinking that whole time too. I was sharing the bottles. I think we actually had a couple bottles too.
You and
I don't
me.
think it was.
I think you were the one who drank with me the most pre-wedding, because everyone else was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be responsible and not do that." And then you're just like, "I can handle my alcohol," and I'm like, "I can't."
Yeah, I can't.
The thing is,
I could say I did for the most part, but it was after the ceremony,
Mhm.
and it was like during the reception or whatever. It's funny because it was Adam and his wife Katie.
Okay, yes.
were they married at that time?
They
No.
were not.
Okay, they were. Oh yeah, they were still engaged.
So
That wedding was awesome, though.
So Adam and Katie were like, "Hey, can you get some pictures of us?" Because we were like out in the vineyard. Where was it? We were out in the garden.
Yeah.
And like I was hanging out, and then Adam and Katie were there. I was like hanging out, and they're like, "Hey, can you get some pictures of us as a couple?" And I was like, "Yeah, sick." And then the first joke I made, I was like, "Make sure you guys get some pictures of me, but on my good side too." And I was like, I'll take pictures of you as long as you get some good portraits of me. And I was like, that's a weird joke to make. and then when I was taking pictures, I was sitting there with my phone, taking pictures of them, and then I was just like, oh my God, I hope these don't turn up blurry, because as I was taking pictures, I realized, I'm fucked up. Like, I'm definitely drunk.
No.
Because when I was looking at my phone, I was seeing 2 phones. It's like, this is a bad time to be a photographer. Then I took the pictures and I looked at them and they were like, these are really good. These are great. And then I looked at them and I was like, there's no way. I was like, oh, holy shit, dude. I could be one of the best drunk photographers. Me saying that, I was like, man, damn, I'm good at taking pictures, especially when I'm drunk. But to me, it's just kind of funny thinking of those moments when you realize, oh, I'm drunk now. And
it's a very surreal moment. Like,
so,
it's very just like,
depending on the moment. Sometimes it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I've had it plenty of times, like gaming with friends. Like I don't really like to drink alone, but sometimes I'll be in a party chat with like friends. Somebody will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna drink," and I'll be like, "Oh shit, I'll drink with you then." And I consider that like not necessarily drinking alone because I'm talking to them, but then I'll drink and drink and drink, and I won't really feel anything, and I'll say, "Hold on, I'm going to the bathroom," and then I stand up and I'm like, "Oh shit, wait a second, I've been drinking a lot."
You just
and so the The
no.
realization moment is one of the best moments in drinking, though, when you come to terms with the I'm drunk now.
So
It's funny. I
so
don't.
so you're a professional photographer while drunk, and I'm a professional
only
speech
while drunk.
giver while I'm drunk.
You're the greatest spokesman I've heard, but you only can do it when you've been drinking.
That's fair. I mean, we've been drinking now, and I'm on this podcast, so
Yeah, look at you go, bro.
Bro,
I
I'm
think
not
I'm
gonna
doing
lie.
much
You guys,
Amazing.
this is the least amount I've talked on the podcast.
Okay, so-
And it's, no. It's not because Mike. Like Mike is talking a lot, but Donald, this is the most you've ever talked on the podcast, and it's because you got a little
Come on, man.
liquid
I'm
courage in
glad
you.
to bring it out of you, man.
Bro, I realize I'm sitting here. I'm like, dude, we're
But
sitting
so
here
the
at
thing is-
55 minutes, and I've said like 3 sentences. It's like,
But that's the thing too. Like at 55 minutes, I still want to hear your voice.
oh yeah, you know,
Like
we're gonna eventually get to me. You know,
like
I was gonna tell you
I
one
haven't
of my
seen this
last
kid
major
in
drinking stories.
2 years, and I haven't seen you in 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
it's
going on with
funny
that?
because
No,
It's,
no. Before I went to Japan, we were on a triple date.
We were on a
Ew.
triple.
Yeah, we were
You're
on a
right.
triple
We went to the haunted,
house.
not so haunted because it was bullshit.
Dude, Maddie was.
I guess I'm like saying this
My
because I'm
wife
like the one
was-
single dude here. I'm like,
It's
triple
okay.
date? That sounds awful,
Dude.
It was not so bad.
My wife was pissed because like, remember that bridge over the lake, that like muddy
Yeah.
water lake, and something popped
Yeah.
up from the water. The muddy water splashed her in the eye, and her eye got infected. She was pissed. Anytime- She's just like,
I'm not gonna
fuck
lie.
this fucking
know,
haunted house ass bullshit.
If I was your wife, I'd sue.
I know you would have.
So next
know you
so the
would.
next Halloween,
I know you
that would
would've,
be
white boy.
my haunted house.
And that's the first thing to go. That
Yeah, right.
that little water shit, that's the first thing to go.
Yeah.
Get this fucking water out of here. We're gonna replace it with just more clowns.
Oh God,
More
there.
drunk clowns. Because side note, since we're talking about drinking, the last haunted house I went to
Yeah.
or whatever, where you pay to go like walk through some stuff that scares you. What do you call that? It was a haunted junkyard.
The haunted
okay.
junkyard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, last time I went with 18.
Mhm.
But I also distinctly remember the owner / the greeter
Mhm.
when you went into the junkyard dressed up as a clown, and he was fucking shit faced because you could smell the vodka off his breath. And he just like he would just walk up to everybody, and he walked up to like my group, and he's like, "You ready to get fucking scared?" And we're like,
So
"Wait, what?" And he's like, "Yeah, you ready to fucking lose your shit?" And we're like, "Lose our shit? What the fuck? What the fuck did you got? Like,
yeah.
you got like this close to me,
So like
and we could smell that."
You guys ready to get fucked?
Like, this is really weird for you to say right now.
so not to call out everyone from Belfair, but everyone smells like that.
Don't you live in Belfair?
I used to. I bought my own house, man.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, he
right.
did.
That's right. I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Where is it?
It's
City.
out in Lake
City.
Bay.
It's in
You
Belfair.
know, specifically address. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that
But
It's
on
out
YouTube.
since we're sharing
But,
drinking stories,
Say it.
I want to
but-
share
but
one of my
yeah,
last drinking stories.
Say it.
The buying house process is awful. It's a lot of heartbreak, and it's a lot of like
Same with just the renting process, dude.
I've
When I
never
rented
rented
this
actually.
apartment, It's at least I you know, it may be different because
Mhm.
I was renting in a city,
Mhm.
but it's just a lot
Dude,
of work, at least just to
I
get
clean-
Well, you also rent right
because
next
you
to a
also have
college.
specifications.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like even be next to this college, I'm actually like my community, my little neighborhood is actually mostly families,
Really?
but it's just looking for stuff in your price range with your specifications. Like you pay more for any extra amenity,
Right.
AC, in-house washer and dryer, electric bill included or water bill included.
Right.
Like anything extra, you pay a lot more for.
So at the same time, you're not overspent, are you?
No,
Like
no,
you're living within your means,
I
correct?
got this place at a good price,
Right.
but I had to sacrifice a little bit. I don't have
Yeah.
in-house washer and dryer. I don't have AC. Yeah, gas and electric is a
You know
separate bill.
fucking
Granted, it's
AC in
cheap
California?
because you have one.
So at the same time, that's the same house buying process. You
That's
still
what I'm
have
saying.
to
It's like,
live within your means, regardless
within
of
your
what you can
means,
afford, whatever.
you gotta
It is what it is.
just shopping for a place to live.
It sucks. It really sucks.
It kind of sucks. You know it sucks. You know what sucks.
And
even
he's
more?
doing it in a foreign country, so
It's super easy out here.
Nah,
Super easy out here.
I hate you
but
because
don't worry.
Yeah,
In Texas, I had a dirt cheap apartment in the ghetto,
Yeah.
next to a graveyard.
nice.
Yeah, it was awful location, and I didn't know it was
Yeah.
next to a graveyard either. I found that out like 2 months into me owning the place
Nice.
or renting the place.
2 months.
Yeah,
You didn't just
genuinely
like
had
look outside.
genuinely had
and there's
no
a
idea, no fucking idea.
Depending
And
on what angle you're at.
it was like I
I can
woke
see
up
the
in the
Panda
morning.
Express out there.
It was
You can, but some of the neighbors
Yeah.
can.
True, and that's a privilege.
yeah. So like
Thing
Anyway.
is circumstance. But yeah.
I woke up one
Yeah.
day and I was like, I was off, and my wife had gone to work. Well, she wasn't
Mhm.
my wife at the time, but my fiance had gone to work, and I was like, oh, I'm on vacation, might as well relax a little bit. And then I remember I was completely naked, and I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna make some
Hell
eggs,
yeah.
open the
Nice.
curtains, and there's a funeral going on. I'm like, it's like, oh shit. They didn't see me because like I was like quite a ways away, but like I
Yeah.
locked eyes with them. I was like,
You locked the eyes.
no, I didn't lock eyes, bro. I'm
Oh.
exaggerating. I
Like,
couldn't.
He's exaggerating.
just so happens that the widow of like the funeral just like looks up at that exact time, just like
They were quite a ways away, and I was on the second floor, so I doubt they saw
Right.
me. But still, I was just like,
I think you need to give yourself some more credit
Dude,
there, pal.
I've seen people having sex through the window of an apartment before.
Damn,
And,
dude.
you know, it was weird. It was,
Renting is crazy. Holy
no,
crap.
no, not here.
Yeah.
It was just I think it was at a hotel.
Mhm.
And I was looking out my window, and then in another, like, it was like a skyscraper because
Yeah.
it was super high up, and there were like apartments in that skyscraper, and I saw hands and chest up against the wall, and then a man behind that going back and forth.
And a guy with a
slaying
video
chicks.
camera.
No, I did not see that, but I saw that once, and I like right up,
Wow.
like
did
it
you
was either
record?
on the balcony or like on the window by the balcony. And I was like, oh my god, that guy is. They are having sex right now.
He's getting it on. They are getting
I
it
also one time also
Mhm.
I don't even know why, but I also saw that one time at a lake when I was on. I think it was my auntie's boat. It was my auntie's.
on. How old were you at the time?
Man's 14.
Oh,
13.
damn. So, like,
But we were. I was like at my auntie's place.
Yeah.
Or my auntie's boyfriend's place, and he took us out on their boat, and I was like, so cool. We were inner tubing on a lake, and as we were inner tubing, there was like this one place where there weren't actually houses on the lake. It's just like kind of like rocks.
mhm.
And then I happen to be in the boat, and I look over. Same thing, doggy style again.
Excellent.
Girl on her knees, and then dude just going to town. And I look over, and I realize what's going on.
Did they wave at you?
No, but I do remember
Oh.
the man going, stopping, and then like looking at the boat. And then I was the only one that saw
Yeah.
what was going on. I just remember like just being so like in awe, just because I was like, am I really comprehending what's going on? Because this is also around the time you're learning about
Correct.
sex, and I'm a young man
Mhm.
getting to the old Pornhub and stuff.
Getting
So like
into
that
the
was
game.
still, it was like
Getting in the
newish to me.
Dude,
but
yeah, and I
it
wasn't even
like,
really like I
knew what it was.
wasn't even
You
using
know,
porn.
and so like it was just crazy seeing
Yeah.
somebody getting bodied. in a somewhat public place. And that I was the only one that saw it too, because I remember not being able to say anything because I was like,
Or you were
and
14.
then I look back and I'm like, and then there's people on the inner tube, and
Yeah.
then somebody driving the boat, and everybody's just like hanging out. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh man.
Funniest
Yeah.
thing to like think about again too, just because
Yeah. Back in those days, bro.
people kind of in public too.
Dude, back in the
those days,
day.
bro. Like I didn't even use I didn't use Pornhub because I didn't know I don't
'Cause
think there was a defined there wasn't a defined number one porn site. You
You're
just
just
Google
so
porn
like
or
not
naked girls.
mainstream.
Yeah.
And god damn
No,
it.
No.
Back in the day, though,
Back in the day, there wasn't a defined number
No.
one website. You
It
Google
wasn't
naked
known
girls
as now.
or tits.
Really?
Huh?
Oh, dude, that's been my number one since day one.
Dude, I didn't know about it. That's the thing.
Really?
So I used to, back in my adolescent
Yeah.
years, I liked xvideos.com.
So other than my dad's really 1970s Playboys, that was it on the family computer. And it was really embarrassing when I didn't know how to delete the history. We've all had that story though.
Or it's more embarrassing when there's only one computer throughout the family, and
That's those
your sister
situations.
doesn't catch you in the act, but she catches what you were watching in the act because your dumbass only thinks to turn off the monitor, thinking that'll stop her from seeing what you were looking at.
You know what? You know what I love? What I love is this thing right here, my little PSP. It could connect. It had an Internet Explorer, and we didn't have internet at my house. But my neighbors had We Love Jesus was free
Dog.
Wi-Fi. Not
I
lying.
remember
We
this.
Love Jesus was free Wi-Fi.
I remember the Wheel of Jesus Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
At his old house.
And what was the password?
There wasn't one.
Oh yeah, that's why.
That's
I thought the password was Jesus.
no.
No,
there
I
wasn't
remember
a
I
password.
connected to it.
Oh,
So-
okay.
I used to watch just all of my porn off my PSP. I had to download the videos. And I downloaded onto my PSP from We Love Jesus. And I was like, this is amazing.
This is amazing.
Jesus loves me. This is a sign from God. Jesus loves me.
He does. Absolutely.
I do love you, Jesus, and
But man-
thank you for this
I remember your
a video.
yeah, I remember your home theater, dude. Your home theater was crazy. It doesn't fall under the PG-13
It's awesome.
of
No.
the YouTube requirements.
It's awesome, but it's like too awesome.
Understand.
So, me and David, David came to visit me when I was the first time I was in Japan. It was awesome, a great time. We were down in Tokyo for 4 days, came back up here to Aomori for 4 days, and then he
He's
went
still
back
there?
down. Then he went back down to Tokyo for
Yeah.
another week, but I had to stay up here because I'd work, right? And I remember we went drinking. I wanted to take him to the local bars, and I took him to an Americanized bar, and we got a little swasted, and then
Naturally.
a girl that I
With your
knew who
friends.
worked at a bar texted me. She's like, "Hey, it's my birthday. Are you gonna come out and drink?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll come out and drink." And so me and David went to her bar, and some random bitch sat me down. I was like, whatever. She pulled out some cheap whiskey.
Whack.
Yeah, and then Maudie, the girl that I knew, she came
Mhm.
through and was like, "Hey," she's like, "It's my birthday, motherfuckers." She was with a very broken Japanese accent, and I was like,
not
"Hey,
feeling weird.
Maudie."
What's up?
I know a Mahdi, but it's not a woman. But Mahdi's a very specific name.
Mahdi is very specific.
You
name.
wouldn't think to
I know who you're
have
talking
somebody
about.
else know. Yeah, I knew him since 7th grade. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, I think it's
Charity.
Mary, but it's Maudie in Japanese.
Oh, I thought you said Mahdi.
No. It's
Marie.
Marie. It's
Oh,
Marie.
Pronunciate better than
Mahdi. Why do we not have
Mari.
subtitles? What the hell?
Anyway,
You think this can generate live subtitles?
No, you have to put in the work.
He's
Anyway.
gonna type out the subtitles, send them, and
There's-
then talk.
YouTube does auto-generated subtitles. If you guys want to give
Yeah,
it a
they
try.
do.
Do they
Dude,
really?
It's
Yeah.
horrendous.
It's sad.
It's
They
so fucking
fuck.
funny. Anyway,
I feel like that would increase the comedy of the show.
anyway,
They will butcher some of our words.
Absolutely.
like I was saying,
Marley.
Madi.
Mari.
Mm-hmm.
Not with a D, but in R, but like a roll off the tongue.
Oh, there's no E at the end. It's M-A-R-I. My bad.
Marley.
Anyway, she's like,
Marley.
she saw us and she was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And she saw the bottle of whiskey and she's like, "Fuck that shit. This is my birthday." She pulled out a bottle of Jack and I was like, "Hey." We started drinking, having a good time, and then she pulled out a bottle of tequila and she's like, "Tequila." That's all she said, and I was like, "Nah, I'm not trying to get too fucked up tonight." And she's like, "You bitch." And I was like, "Give me that fucking bottle." And then,
Wait, hold
Give me
on.
that
Hold
fucking
on.
bottle.
Hold on. Sorry to interrupt, but like whiskey, right?
mm-hmm,
Then tequila,
then tequila,
no lime.
no lime, just
You
tequila,
animal.
just tequila.
You animal.
Let me continue.
Yeah.
I have no idea how much.
I don't remember what happened after that. I do not remember what happened after that. This is all according to David and a few spots here and there.
Yeah.
So apparently we went back to the first bar, continued to drink until the bar closed, and they called what's called a daiko. Daiko in Japan, it's like a taxi, but they show up with two drivers. One driver will drive you guys back, and the other person will drive the car back, your car back.
That's
So
so cool though.
Right.
You
I
can-
wish we had that.
dude,
around.
that'd be
Honestly, that's a pretty smart. That's a pretty
Yeah.
smart idea.
so you don't leave your fucking car somewhere overnight or you don't get a DUI. And it wasn't that expensive. It was from where I live, like 45 minutes away from the bars, and it was
Yeah.
cheaper to take a Daiko to my apartment than it was to take a taxi. It was like $20 cheaper. So I was like,
Wow.
not even a question. I was gonna do that every time.
Yeah.
Anyway, these guys, they drive, so they call the Daiko, and they show up, and we can't find a ticket to the parking, like to the parking lot that I parked in, and apparently, when David told me that I sat down on the ground and laid everything out for my wallet in like a really neat, organized manner, and then when I found the ticket, gave it to the guy, scooped it back up, and immediately I was like, I lost my credit card, my ID's gone. So I looked at my wallet, everything was still there, but it was like completely jumbled.
Yeah,
And
like
then-
not in the right spots.
Yeah, and then I told him, he was like, "How are they gonna know where we live? You're too fucked up." And I was like, "Tell them the city, and they'll know exactly where we live." And I told him the city. Yeah, he told them the city that we lived in, and the guys were like, "We know where the Americans live in that city." So they
Tell
they
him
took
the
us
city.
straight. He was so impressed, but I was like, "Dude, we take these guys all the time." And halfway through, David asked them to stop in a rice field
Mhm.
so he can piss. And I got out. He pissed on the side of the road. I got out and started throwing up. And then apparently I just laid on the ground. And David was like,
Mhm.
"Come on, man, you need to get back in the car." And I was like, "Just get me in the morning. I'm good. I'm sleeping." And he's like, "I don't know where the fuck we are." he's like, "I don't know where the fuck we are. You need to get in the car." And I was like, "Dude, fuck off." And he was like, "Come on, man, you need to get back in the car. They're waiting on us." And so I get back in the car, and David's such a sweetheart. For everyone who's listening who doesn't know David, he's the nicest person ever.
David's a wholesome human being.
He can be a dick when he really wants to be, but for the most part, he's a really sweet guy.
But that's the thing. In crunch time, like when it actually matters,
yeah,
he's there.
He's
Yeah.
a ride or die.
yeah,
I
for
would
sure,
say.
for sure. And we got to my apartment, and we're parked right outside my apartment, and David was like, "Hey, man, I remember this part. I remember all of this." He's like, "Hey, man, come on, let's go inside." And I was like, "Shut the fuck up, I'm trying to sleep." And he's like, "But your apartment's right there. We can just walk inside the door and you can go to sleep." And I'm like, "David, shut the fuck up. Leave me the fuck alone." And he did not leave me alone. He got me inside. And then I woke up on my couch. He was sleeping on my bed.
Like a good friend would.
But he also gave me a bowl.
David
to
would.
puke
I
it.
could just I could so see
He took-
David
I
being like,
yeah.
"Hey, bro, take your couch." Like, I got you all the way here.
I could
am
absolutely see
OD.
that
Yeah.
shit.
And then
I could
I
Which is
absolutely-
weird.
but
That's
here's
fine.
what pissed me off. You know, I woke up, I saw my there was a bowl next to me. I was like, "Oh, David, thank you, I appreciate that." And I saw my phone was completely shattered. I was like, "How the fuck did that happen?" And then I looked at David. He was in my bed, and I was like, "Whatever. You can take my bed because you know he's bigger than me. I'm a small dude. I can sleep on the couch just fine." And he had a bowl next to him too in case he puked. And I was like, "That's awesome." His phone was in that bowl. So I was like, "I'm gonna move that."
Was there puke in that bowl?
No, there was no puke in the bowl.
Oh, thank God.
Top like number one hangover, worst hangover I ever had in my life, by the way. So I'm just like
Yeah.
dying. And,
That sounds like it.
I remember I went to the bathroom to like wash my face, and my sink is full of puke, just absolutely full of puke. And I was like, "David, did you throw up in my sink?" And he's like, "I couldn't find your toilet." I'm like, "The toilet is right fucking there. You threw up in my fucking sink."
Bullshit, because Japanese toilets are weird.
No, it's
No,
next
you're
to
not.
my. There was no. I don't have a bidet. I just have a heated
Oh, it's
seat.
an Americanized toilet?
Yeah, it just has a heated seat. That's it. That's all it has. So it was
that's
literally
fancy as
right
hell.
next to my fucking sink. And I was like,
He didn't want to mess up your heated seat. That's why.
You know, at least you made it to the sink.
Yeah,
I
I
am-
think
I
you're
am,
being
like-
very underappreciative.
no. I told him everything.
Well, hold on. To play devil's advocate, at least you made it to your sink, but also I totally understand people getting pissed off, people puking in the sink when the toilet's right there. Because we're saying sink, toilet, that's normally how it goes in almost any bathroom. So also your excuse going, I couldn't find your toilet.
Yeah. So
It's kind of like, really, motherfucker?
let me ask you a probably more personal question than I did before. Before David came to your apartment, did you give him a tour?
Yes.
So
That was like the second or third night.
did you explain to him that your toilet had a heated seat?
I don't know. I think he figured that out eventually.
Did you explain to David that your sink had a heated seat?
No.
What?
What he's trying to say is he didn't want to ruin my heated seat. That doesn't.
Yeah.
That doesn't fly with me, bro.
I think that's completely
Listen,
justified.
I was very
Anyone-
happy. I was
think
very
that is
grateful
the
for
most
every.
justified throw up
That's-
in my
Wait,
life.
listen.
Because also, you know, you can still lift the seat up and then
I was listen.
Sometimes people don't have
I
time.
was still
want
listen. I was still grateful for David. I told him everything. I was thankful for him, and I felt really bad for like yelling at him in the car. Like I had no control of that. But
You weren't
at
in
the
your right
same
mind.
time, I was like, "Damn, I can't believe this motherfucker puked in my
Yeah,
sink."
it's not like.
I wasn't
it's
really
not-
mad at him, but I was like, "Come
to
on,
me.
man."
It's like you get mad at something that happens, but you're not exactly mad at them or at what happened. You're mad
He
because
was-
you can't be mad.
You're mad at
what
the
happened.
result.
No,
Yeah.
you can't. You're mad because you shouldn't be mad at what happened, but you want to be, but you know it's wrong for you to be. So then, therefore,
I've definitely
that
experienced that.
makes
Yep.
you angry. Does that make
I
any
understand.
sense? As weird as it is, it's
I
like
understand.
it's like I want to be mad, but I know I can't be because this was again like this friend looked out for me. This friend took all the right steps. He got me home. We were safe. The worst thing he did was he dirtied something up a little bit. So I'm not allowed to be mad at that. But now I'm mad because I can't be mad at that. But it does upset me
Mm-hmm.
a little bit.
So
But there's no way I can go fuck you for that.
Yeah.
So then it
yeah,
it
yes.
creates frustration.
kind of a weird reference, but I do completely understand that in a form of my dog.
It happens with dogs all the time.
I have a
It's like,
long
I want to be mad at you,
Yeah.
but you're fucking adorable.
I have a long-haired
So now I'm just
Chihuahua.
angry for no reason.
It's not my dog, but it's my girlfriend's dog. Sometimes he gets a little too excited
pisses on
when
the
I
floors.
get home. Yeah, when I get home from work and he pees on the floor. Thank God I have
Mhm.
hardwood. But like no one ever is that excited to see me that they pee on the floor.
Mike, I'm sorry I didn't piss myself when I saw you. Okay?
I know this is the first
You
time I see
still-
you. in
No.
2
You
years.
should. You should be sorry is you didn't whip your dick out and start peeing on the floors. Not
Yeah,
necessarily on
Mike,
yourself.
oh my
Just like
God.
Mike.
and like I'm like, God damn it, Biscuit, which is his name, and he looks like a biscuit. And yes,
Okay.
he's a long-haired Chihuahua. He should be 9 pounds, but he's 12, and so he's a thick boy,
Thick biscuit.
thick biscuit, like
Fluffy biscuit.
a little too much yeast in the ingredients, like it overinflates. But and he just pees on the floor of my brand new fucking house that's a year old, and I'm like, he's still so cute, and like he didn't mean it out of malice.
I used to have a
Like,
Chihuahua. I know exactly what it's like.
yeah,
Piss all over the
exactly. It's frustrating, but at the same time, it's like they didn't mean anything by it.
I'm gonna say something real quick. Oh,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Donald.
Oh, I already said. I said keep training them.
Oh, I couldn't hear
You're
it.
right.
Anyway though,
Yeah.
you reminded me of something. You said biscuit, Donald, and Michael too.
Yeah.
My wife likes both of you quite a bit. She really likes my friends. She thinks I have great friends.
Who's he talking to?
I really don't know. We're kind of really
She likes me and him.
Yeah.
Kesha.
She likes us. Wow, really?
Shut the fuck up. Because I'm prefacing this because I'm about to say
Sorry.
something that's gonna piss you off.
Oh, okay, sweet.
Not. I don't know about Michael, but definitely gonna piss off Donald.
No,
right.
don't make. Oh man.
I can turn off Discord.
It's real
pretty
petty.
easily.
It's a petty thing. It's a
I'm
petty thing.
going to.
Is it a petty
I'm
thing?
going to prep the end button now.
So my wife was like, she's like, I don't know anybody that likes biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravy is the most overrated breakfast thing, and I was like, oh.
I'll be back.
For reference, for everyone listening, biscuits and gravy is Donald's absolute favorite breakfast. It's like hands down, he will suck dick for biscuits and gravy.
What did she say about biscuits and gravy?
She really talking shit about the best fucking breakfast dish.
Donald, is that
No,
a Cowboy
breakfast
Bebop hoodie?
dish there is. What?
Is that a Cowboy Bebop hoodie?
Oh,
Oh, the hoodie. Yeah.
jersey. My buddy bought it for me.
That's fucking sick, bro.
Yeah.
That's
See
fucking
you,
awesome.
Space Cowboy.
Yeah.
That's a nasty jersey,
on.
dude. Nasty meaning good.
You know, but I put it on my chairs because
Because it looks nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Looks
Like when you're laying in bed and you see the back of your chair.
Yeah.
You're
Besides,
like-
note,
Space Cowboy.
you know, I love your wife, but your wife sucks also. Maddie's awesome.
Elijah,
I love her.
that
but
bothers me a
How
lot.
dare she berate?
Dude, that's immediately what I was like, ooh, you shouldn't say that to Donald. And I was like, I like biscuits and gravy a lot. It's not my favorite breakfast. I think I like eggs Benedict better. But
I think steak, eggs, and hash browns are the best.
I'm not
So
a big
my
steak
thing
person
would
for
be-
breakfast.
I think with biscuits and
The
gravy.
best breakfast. Biscuits and gravy are second. Very, very close.
I love steak, but I'm not a big
Steak
steak
and eggs,
and breakfast kind of guy.
Steak and eggs.
Dude, breakfast is my shiznit.
Dude, breakfast
That
is the shit, bro.
You're the biggest breakfast
Bre-
advocate I've ever met before in my life.
Like you,
I
you
love
know,
breakfast.
I know
Breakfast.
one of the reasons I love
You were
Parks and Rec so
you were
much
spam.
is because of
spam and
how
eggs.
much they love breakfast food. I just breakfast food to me is just the best food, and I can fuck that shit up like I am Matt. All of a sudden, if I'm cooking breakfast food, I am Chef Ramsay
Mm-hmm.
in that
Agreed.
kitchen, man.
But
Agreed.
I go
there's-
all out. We used to, me and my friends back in my old apartment, we used to have Sunday brunch days
Mhm.
where I would just invite all my friends over and I would go out and just buy all sorts of breakfast shit. And I would cook up, I would just whip up I would make everything. And the funny thing is, everybody would still be sleeping, but they would live in walking distance to me. And so I would just wake them up and I'd be like, hey, it's Sunday brunch day,
It's
motherfuckers.
breakfast
Get
time.
over here. And then I would just have all this breakfast food laid out for them. You can make fucking burritos. You can make toast. You can have pancakes. You can have waffles. You know you can get sausage. You can get bacon too. You know you can do all of this. Like I just made it all.
Yeah,
'Cause
bro.
I don't know why breakfast is
the fucking shit. I love breakfast.
It's the best.
Hands down.
Easiest to make and just the best. It's just so good.
I do agree that breakfast is the easiest to make. However, it really is like because
Just say breakfast. for
those
dinner is
lazy
acceptable.
Sundays really make it worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Sunday brunch days were the
Sunday
shit. Dude.
brunch is the shit. Especially at Elijah's house with them spam and eggs.
Hell
That
yeah,
was-
bro. Remember the manwiches?
That was amazing. The manwiches, absolutely.
I love those things, bro. Fuck you up with cholesterol, dude. That
Yeah,
shit will fucking
absolutely.
give you a
Yeah.
heart attack. It was like, for those who don't know, because I had a friend, his name was because we all had a friend, Damien, ginormous Hawaiian dude, and he every time I made food, he's like, "There's not enough meat," so we invented the manwich. It was like 2 thick ass slices of spam, 2 eggs, like 4 hot sausages, and bacon, and a little bit of cheese on toasted white bread. And that
I remember
shit
this because we only had
so
8
greasy.
sausages and we had to split the other 4 when Damien had 4.
Yeah.
With like 6 of us too.
Yeah,
It wasn't
exactly.
Even just like us 3.
My parents were like, you got to stop hanging out with Damien because we don't have enough food in this household. She's like, he needs to eat at home. He needs to eat before coming to our house.
You know the
That's
thing
funny.
though, I swear, like other than you, me, and Adam, Damien was the most recent visitor of your house,
What do you mean?
his house.
What do you mean most recent visitor?
Most visited.
Oh yeah.
visitor.
So it was
Like,
like
other than
Yeah.
you, me, and Adam, like Damien was always there.
so before you guys started hanging out with me a lot, Damien and Joe would hang out with me all the time. They were like the first 2 that hung out with me the most.
Yeah.
And then you guys started hanging out, and not to say Damien stopped hanging out, but it was just he'd slow down his pace, coming over.
Mm,
But I love
I
Damien.
know.
Damien's a great guy.
Yeah.
Like I remember just because I wasn't a wrestler, I like wouldn't hang out with you guys as much. But it's just like, oh
Too
man,
cool for school.
those are my homies,
But
man.
like, it's not like it mattered to us, because
No,
like,
of course not. I mean,
like-
it didn't matter to me that much either. But like at the same
Mhm.
time, it was like the homies.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, not that I was at your house like 4 out of the 5 school days.
But what was it? Like I was saying, you guys want to get into anime now?
Actually,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
it is 4:30 in the morning here. I actually need to sleep because I have some work to do. Unfortunately,
Y'all are gonna have to wait till episode 6.
we're gonna have to we might have to pump the brakes on this. Now we have been talking for a little bit.
How long?
Unfor-
How much longer are you in California?
Am I?
Both of you.
Oh, me? A week, and then I come back in September. I do a little work thing.
I'm probably gonna be here for the next 2 weeks, like starting
Okay.
this week.
Okay. Are you off this weekend?
Probably, yeah.
I'm
We
also
can
off
do
this weekend.
How about
Dog.
Mike gets the guest star
Yeah, he gets to be for
Second
2 episodes straight.
2.
back-to-back
My man.
episodes.
And I'm sorry,
featuring
Elijah. You'll definitely
Mikey,
be able to
Mike.
speak a little more in episode 6.
He is so mad about that. He's like, this is the most I've spoke.
I don't know. Let him speak more? What?
I know. I'm sorry.
I think I've spoken enough for 3 lifetimes, you know?
So we are gonna wrap this up.
Yes.
Side note: I hope everybody notices the extra posters in the studio. We're exposing the bed. Oops. I swapped out Jimi Hendrix for Kesha because we'll get into that another time.
Mhm.
We have to.
She
We have to.
she has a special place in all of our hearts here.
Great influence in all of our lives.
That's from Cowboy Bebop. my boy's #1 anime, one of my favorites.
Yep.
And then I still also have to keep Justice League and the Avengers up there.
Absolutely.
Eden's another artist, and the double bubblegum hat, because that has a huge amount of symbolism. We might dive into it another time.
Double
So,
bubble.
anyways, the studio was upgraded. I hope you guys like the background, and unfortunately, we might have to close out this episode.
It's okay.
because
Well, Michael will be back for round 2 on episode 7.
round 2, we can get in it. We can do.
We'll talk a
anime.
little more anime.
Mhm.
We'll talk a little more recent life events.
Mhm.
We'll just talk about world.
Yeah, today was more of a reminiscing kind of day, you know.
I would say so. And
Yeah.
thank you very much for having me.
Yeah,
Both of
you
you
know,
guys
it was
on
great
the
having
show.
you.
I really
And,
appreciate
you know, it's gonna be great having you next time too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Like that honestly, but kind of been annoying me the whole night.
Oh my god, this fucking guy.
Okay. I love you, Mike.
Oh man,
I love you.
I love you,
too. I love you guys. I love Do.
You guys
I
are
love you,
amazing.
too.
Thank you,
Thank you guys for watching.
viewers. Yeah.
Be sure
Like
to
and
catch.
subscribe. I love Do.
Yep.
I love Do 2A.
Like, comment, subscribe, everything in between. Much love.